Hello fellow farmers, welcome back to the channel where we discuss profitable farming ventures. Today we are diving into rabbit farming in 2025, a highly profitable and sustainable agribusiness. So guys, whether you want to start small or you are into commercial production, this video will guide you step by step on what you can be able to do to thrive within rabbit farming. So guys, stick around till the end. I'll be sharing some expert tips to ensure your rabbit farm thrives. So guys, let's get started. So why rabbit farming in 2025? Rabbit farming is gaining popularity worldwide, and here is why. Rabbits have a high level of reproduction and they tend to reproduce at a faster rate. So why it is gaining popularity is that people are seeing that you can be able to accumulate a number of rabbits within a shortest period possible. So if you bought 2 rabbits today, let me say a door and a back, within a few period of time you will be having a lot of rabbits. So this is what is attracting a lot of people into rabbit farming. Then rabbit farming has a low space requirement if at all you want to engage into it. So even if you have little space, you can be able to raise rabbits on your farm or at home. You can be able to rear rabbits within your backyard. Unlike ventures like cattle, goats, rabbits can really be reared within a small space. So this is one of the pull factors that is pulling people into rabbit farming, in that even people within the urban setting, they can be able to rear rabbits. Then of course you look at the fast growth. Rabbits reach market weight in just 3 to 5 months. So you can be able to rear your rabbits and sell them within 3 to 5 months. So if at all you had invested in rabbits, you can be able to get a return on your investment within a shortest time possible. So this is one of the factors that is attracting a lot of people into rabbit farming in 2025. Then also the multiple income streams that you can be able to get from rabbit farming. So if you rear rabbits, you're not going to get income from only selling rabbit meat. There are multiple income streams that you can be able to get from rabbit farming. You can be able to sell rabbit meat, you can be able to sell rabbit fur, you can sell the manure, you can sell rabbits as pets, you can sell them as breeding stock. So there are multiple income streams that you can be able to get from rabbit farming. Then of course you will look at the minimal feeding costs. So rabbit farming is generally cost effective when it comes to feeding. You're going to get maximum body weight from the least amount of feeds as compared to other ventures, for example cattle farming and goat farming. So with this and the rising demand for organic meat and lean meat all over the world, 2025 is the perfect time for you to be able to start and engage into rabbit farming. So I think with this I've been able to answer why you would be able to go into rabbit farming right now. So now if you have taken that step that you want to go into rabbit farming, what are those things you need to be aware of to be able to succeed in rabbit farming? First of all is that you have to choose the right breeds. Now this is a million question when it comes to rabbit farming. This is where your farm is going to succeed from or where it is going to fail from. So let me explain this. There are different kinds of breeds in rabbit farming that are reared for different kinds of reasons. So if you want to rear your rabbits for rabbit meat production, you are going to be looking at breeds like the New Zealand White. These are massive rabbits. They have white fur and pink eyes, and they tend to grow at a faster rate. You will have to look at the Flemish Giant, the Checkered Giant. These are massive rabbits that will also give you a lot of meat within a short period of time. You're going to look at the California Rabbit. Also these are massive and a bit of Palomino rabbit. So if you are into meat production, these are the breeds that you're going to be targeting. If you are into fur production, you're going to be looking at breeds that have fine fur. So you will be looking at the Angora rabbit, the Rex rabbit. These ones have extremely beautiful fur, very fine fur, and fetches a good price within the market. If you are looking to sell these rabbits as pets, you're going to generally look at rabbits that are docile, that do not have a temperament, in that a person can be able to rear this rabbit at home. People at home can be able to interact with them without it being hostile to them. So when it comes to selecting the breed you rear on the farm, you're going to majorly base on why you're rearing these rabbits on the farm. So if at all you make a wrong decision or you choose a wrong breed as to why you're rearing this breed, then your farm will fail from there. So this is why choosing the right breed is going to be very important. Then after choosing the breed, you're going to look at the housing. Now rabbits need a comfortable environment to be able to thrive. For us here on the farm, we have been able to implement the cage system. Generally, that is what we have used to be able to house our rabbits. And here on the farm, we have different kinds of breeds of rabbits, but generally we rear our rabbits for meat production and we sell them as pets and breeding stock. So for the housing, we have chosen the cage system, but the housing and the farm setup is going to be crucial when you're starting. So make sure that your structures are well ventilated. Ventilation is going to assist in keeping the place aerated, in that there is free flow of air in and out, but also it is going to help you in chasing away respiratory diseases on the farm, and these are very rampant. So you will need those cages well ventilated. In most cases, you can use a wire mesh, which we have been able to use here on the farm. Then you can combine this with wood, or if at all, also you can use metal frames. But make sure that the place is well ventilated. Then the space requirement. Make sure that there is enough space for these rabbits to be able to move around. They are not congested within cages. For us here, the maximum of old rabbits that we can hold in a cage are 2. If at all we have many rabbits in a cage, it means that those are young rabbits that are with their mother. But for us, we generally house 2 rabbits, old rabbits, in the cage. So make sure that the cages are spacious enough. Of course, you can use other types of housing. They do not need to be cages. You can use hatches. You can use colonies. So there are different kinds of housing that you can be able to implement on your farm, but the main point here is that they have to be spacious enough to give your rabbits enough space to be able to move around and exercise. And of course, this space also helps in case of an outbreak or a disease outbreak on your farm. If your cages are so congested and there is a disease outbreak on the farm, most of your rabbits are going to catch this disease, and the results will be devastating for the farm. So the space is both a disease control measure, but as well helping your rabbits to be able to live comfortably. Then make sure that these spaces have a good drainage system. So this drainage system will prevent urine buildup, and it will also keep the place dry. Rabbit farming does not go well with a wet environment. So make sure that your environment is dry and it is always clean. So the drainage system is going to be very important. Then make sure that you control the temperature within these structures. For us here on our farm, we just generally use a natural setting where the temperature is controlled naturally, because we are not so congested and our structures have a shade, so it does not get too hot, it does not get so cold. But if you are into an area where the temperature is either so high or so cold, then you will have to control the temperature. So this will help you avoid extreme heat in those scenarios where the heat is extremely high. Then of course also extreme coldness, where you can be able to provide heaters within those structures. Then one of the most important aspect of any housing structure for any rabbits is security. Make sure that these cages are secure. They protect your rabbits from predators like dogs, raccoons, cats that may want to come and prey on your animals. So a clean and well organized housing system will reduce disease risk, but it will also improve the productivity of your rabbits on the farm. So we have looked at the housing, which is very key in 2025 if at all you want to engage into rabbit farming. Then one other aspect that is very important is going to be the feeding and nutrition of your rabbits. A balanced diet is key to fast growth and healthy rabbit. So now here on the farm, we generally feed our rabbits on different kinds of feeds, and this is how we've been able to do it here on the farm. We generally feed our rabbits on hay, and this is the main component of our diet here on the farm. Hay is very important when it comes to rabbit diet. So I would advise you hay to form a big component of your diet on the farm. Then of course we can supplement this with pellet, high protein commercial rabbit pellet to ensure proper growth of our rabbits. Sometimes we give them vegetables like carrots, cabbage. Then of course fresh water is very important on the farm. Here we have an automated water system, but you can use anything that you have on the farm to be able to provide water to your rabbits. Rabbits need to be hydrated all the time, and water forms a big component of body weight of rabbits. So make sure that you're giving these rabbits water, and this water is available to them all the time. So a proper diet will ensure that your rabbits first of all grow faster. If at all you are into meat, it means they will reach market weight early and you're able to sell them and make good money out of this. But also it is going to ensure that your rabbits are healthy. You're not losing a lot of rabbits. So it is going to be one of the factors on the farm that is going to make your farm grow a bit fast and realize a return on your investment early enough. Then of course when you look at the feeding, you cannot underestimate the breeding and reproduction on the farm. Now what you need to know is that rabbits breed very fast. So their breeding will need to be controlled for you to be able to manage numbers. So if you just leave your rabbits to reproduce at a faster rate, you may fail to manage them, or the space may not be enough on the farm. So you will have to manage this. So now how do you manage the breeding of these rabbits? This is how I've been able to do it here on the farm. Is that we only select healthy breeding stocks. So you're going to select the best of the best on the farm to be able to breed, because this is going to give you good breeds. So make sure that you choose the strong, disease-free rabbits to be able to breed for you on the farm. Then for us here, the breeding ratio that we have on the farm is 1 buck can service around 5 to 10 does, but this can change depending on your farm setting. But for us, this is what we do here. The gestation period for these rabbits is around 28 to 31 days before giving birth. Then of course the kids or the baby rabbits will start eating solid food at around 3 to 4 weeks and are fully weaned off by around, here on the farm we wean them off at around 6 to 8 weeks. So breeding is going to be very important for you to manage numbers. Make sure that you control it. Then make sure that you provide nesting boxes to the does, in that when they reach the time of giving birth, they can be able to give birth within those nesting boxes. Make sure that you provide soft beddings within the nesting boxes. So proper breeding will ensure a steady supply of rabbits if you're into producing rabbits for sale or for rabbit meat. Remember, for rabbit meat, it means you will be slaughtering rabbits. So you need numbers. So controlling breeding is going to determine how your farm does, depending on the reason why you're rearing these rabbits. For someone who is rearing these rabbits for meat production, you will need to have a lot of numbers. If you're just rearing these rabbits as a pet at home, you may not need a lot of numbers. You may just need a few. So that is where controlling of breeding comes in. Then the other thing you're going to look at is the health and disease management on the farm. Disease management is key to keeping your farm profitable, because diseases will lead to loss of rabbits, and the loss of rabbit equals to loss of profits or money. So here is a few tips how you can be able to control diseases on the farm. Is make sure that you know the common diseases on the farm, and this will come with experience, as even us at first we did not know, but for now we know the common diseases that we are always looking for on the farm. So you should look out for snuffles, ear mites, diarrhea, and bloat. These will be common diseases on the farm. Then to prevent most of these diseases, you will need to keep your cages clean and dry. Then provide proper nutrition like we have seen. Then you separate the sick rabbits from the healthy ones. So for us here on the farm, we have a sick bay where we put our sick rabbits. We do not mix our sick rabbits with the healthy ones, because if you mix the sick rabbits with the healthy one, they are going to spread the disease to the healthy rabbits. So it is always advisable to separate the sick rabbits. Then do some vaccination and some treatments. Of course, with the time you will learn some basics of treatments on the farm, and you can be able to do it without a vet. But when you're just starting, it is always good to consult a vet for vaccination and treatments, and then they can show you a bit of some few things that you can be able to do on your own in future. So vaccination and treatment is very important for the rabbits. When a rabbit gets sick, make sure that you treat it very fast. Do not leave sick rabbits for a long time, as this may cause you an outbreak on the farm. They may be able to spread the disease to other rabbits. Then of course, biosecurity, this is very important here on the farm. Make sure that you limit farm visitors, and if at all you have farm visitors, make sure that you disinfect their equipment that they have come with on the farm, because this is going to help you prevent diseases. So make sure that for you to be able to remain productive and profitable as a farm business, your farm or your rabbitary will need to be a healthy one. This is the only way you will be able to remain profitable and successful as a rabbit farm. So we have looked at all these things. You have the right breeds, have the right housing structure, you have controlled and prevented diseases. So which means that now you are at production level. You're already producing. So now we ask ourselves, what do you do with this meat that you are producing? So it brings us to the marketing and the selling strategy of these products or rabbits that you rear on the farm. Now, selling rabbits or rabbit meat is easy if you know where to find the buyers. Now, where are the buyers? Buyers are in the local markets. Buyers are in pet shops. Buyers are in hotels and restaurants. Buyers are online. So you need to know where to find these buyers. So make sure that you create a link within your local market or the butcheries around you where you can be able to sell this rabbit meat. Make sure you have links or connection with pet shops or breeders. You can be able to sell these pet breeds of rabbits. Make sure you connect with your local restaurants, the hotels near you, so that you can be able to supply them with meat. Use social media platform, use Facebook, use WhatsApp, use X to be able to market your products that you produce on the farm. So that's how you're going to be able to make money out of these products. You have to look for where the buyers are, then provide them with the best product that you can, and they will be coming back to you. So marketing is going to be very key for the success of your farm, because you want to be able to make some money or return on investment on the money you have been able to inject in. So now, after you have done this and you have sold your products, you have sold your rabbits, you have to be able to do cost analysis to find out whether your farm is profitable. So make sure that you're keeping good records on the farm. You know the number of rabbits you have on the farm, you know the number of rabbits you have sold, you know the revenue that has come in, you know the expenditures on the farm, so that you are able to do this analysis, and they will be able to guide you when you're making decisions on the farm. So guys, there you have it. We have looked at how you can be able to enter into rabbit farming in 2025 and why people are finding rabbit farming a darling in 2025, why it is a highly flooded farming venture in 2025. We've been able to show you how you can be able to start and be a part of this. So guys, with low startup cost, high returns, and growing market demand, rabbit farming is a great agribusiness. So if at all you were in the middle about starting, I think this video has been able to help you, and now you are a little bit certain that if you engaged into it, you can be able to reap some benefits from it. So guys, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below, or ask any other question or any other topic that you would want us to cover, and we shall be able to cover it. And guys, as always, I'll see you in the next video.